Divine Collective, I heard the Holy Spirit say that the devil tried to double down on you and ended up double dutching themselves right into hell. Now, I tried to do this reading just a moment ago, and the cards that I pulled was the wrong way, quagmire, trickster energy, and safeguarded. I feel like somebody has the gift to be a seer, a watcher, if you will, and they like to set these traps, these sigils to trap people into their own shadows. So that when they set the trap, they simply get out of the way, and you yourself end up fighting yourself in a trap that was set up for you by somebody that feels as though they're high ranked to do so. Well, the unfortunate part is somebody got caught in their own trap trying to set a trap for you. Quagmire energy came out twice in the previous reading, and then there was so many interruptions. So I was like, okay, somebody really does not want this message to come out. This person comes up in current energy as somebody that feels very guilty, very remorseful. I feel like in setting this trap for you, they ended up seeing themselves. They got a glimpse of themselves and they really had to question their own motive. You know, at some point, you got to ask yourself, like, why did I do that? What am I doing this for? What's the point? What am I trying to prove? What do I plan on getting out of this? Okay. I feel like this person wanted to prove that you were something and or another. And they felt like if you fell into your own trap or a trap that you yourself believed that you set for yourself, that you would just expose yourself, humiliate yourself, embarrass yourself, and they would be nowhere to be found. But why would anybody in their right mind set themselves up to be humiliated or embarrassed? Why would you, Divine Collective, set a trap for yourself only to fail? It doesn't make any sense. So now this person is seeing themselves and how they played a very important part or very non important part, I just heard. Okay, so what they thought was invasive really is not as invasive as they had intended. Okay, let's get into this energy because it's hot off the spiritual press, baby. The spiritual streets are talking. The spiritual streets are shooketh because retrograde is about to come and put somebody in their own trap. So somebody set up a sigil, okay, something with a shadow, if you will. Needless to say, welcome to Spiritual Court TV. If you're returning back, welcome back. If you're new, come on in. Illegal investigation. I'm telling you, this is somebody that's a stalker. Now, I feel like when you stalk somebody, you should know what it is that you're looking for. Are you looking to catch them in the act? Are you trying to find out if they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing? Are you stalking them? Because I feel like somebody's lost the narrative. They've lost the plot. You know, they've lost the scheme. They've been watching and stalking you for so long, trying to set these traps, trying to see if you yourself are going to set yourself up to fall for something. It smells like spiritual rage baiting, okay? A trap has been set. It's not a trap that you set for yourself, but somebody wants it to look like you set this trap for yourself and you end up getting exposed for being something that you are not. However, I feel like this person has lost again the sense of the narrative. Why are you stalking? Okay, clarify. Why are you stalking? Initially, it was to find out something, but now they don't even know why you've been stalking, what you've been watching, what do you plan on doing with the information now that you have it? Okay, I can't make this up. You got energy work. You got Scorpio, Cancerian energy. Okay, clarify. Somebody's watching you, and they're watching you transmute energy, and they're watching you manifest. Divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Now, you could be a feminine in this masculine energy. Maybe this is your work ethics, fortune, things of that nature with energy work. So somebody's watching you. They want to set a trap for you. They really want you to, like, I don't know, reveal something really embarrassing about yourself, but somebody's been watching so long they forgot what they were watching. Somebody's been stalking so long, somebody's sitting back like, why am I stalking this person again? Clarify quagmire. Show me this person. Yeah, they crazy. Somebody had anticipated that you would be out here rejected, neglected, and now this is them. So they projected this onto you. They set up a sigil. They came by way of something that they thought would hurt you. Somebody thought that you would be crying, that you would be hurt, that you would be, I just heard overly emotional about something that you felt you couldn't solve or transmute. But now they're watching you only to see that you're going after your fortune and abundance. Clarify this person. Why are you watching? It's a stalker that don't even know why they're watching. Retrograde is real significant. Gemini energy just came out. So something could be significant about Gemini season. Child, this is how you keep showing up. Single, self-sufficient, a Sigma energy, fearless. You could be a masculine in this energy, okay, or a feminine, but somebody's watching you, okay? Clarify this quagmire situation. What exactly were you trying to do? Yeah, this person is weird and they're trying to wear your energy. That's what's so peculiar, pretentious, superficial, braggart energy. They're trying to wear your energy. Mind games, confusion, illusion, seven of cups. So even the quagmire situation, even the trap was an illusion. There was never really any trap. It was just like smoke and mirrors type ass energy. Somebody's trying to like project the worst version of yourself onto you, but you hold yourself in high regard. You see yourself as somebody who is a divine masculine energy, a spiritual authority of your own life, a king, an emperor. This smells like low self-esteem, like somebody was testing your value to yourself, your commitment to yourself, how you see yourself, your confidence, how you see yourself. Somebody wanted to determine your reflection in the mirror. That's what I just heard. Somebody wanted to determine your reflection in the mirror, and now they're being forced to see themselves and they don't like what they see. Wait a minute. So what's the quagmire energy? Somebody was doing like, yeah, child, somebody don't know what to do. This is how you see yourself: hopeful, charismatic, independent, fearless, strong, silent, mysterious. The fact that you're mysterious could be driving this person to like continue watching you. I don't know. I feel like there's this energy of investigation, and then somebody slips into an energy of obsession unknowingly. But initially, they had a reason for stalking you, watching you, gathering information. What was the initial reason? Did they feel like you had done something to them? Somebody felt like you didn't deserve to be a part of the collective. So somebody was questioning whether or not you deserve to be crowned. And so this is why they set this up. It's given this energy of, if you're really this person, if you're really deserving of this fortune, this abundance, and this love, okay, we're going to make you fight your demons. But at the same time, somebody saw that you had already overcome something. And so they questioned that. They felt as though you didn't deserve it. So they create a narrative, maybe out of your shadow. There could be some truth to this pain. Maybe you used to be depressed. Maybe you had anxiety. Whatever this is, it's not something that you need to face again, because you've overcome, you've accomplished, and you've moved on to be a new person. And this person sets up a sigil. What is this sigil that I see? Yeah, this person was trying to set something up to where you could see the worst version of yourself or your worst moments. Mind games, manipulations, trickery, illusions, seven of cups, dream state. Yeah, they really set up something, but you kept coming out as this person. So even in your shadows, you're coming out as somebody who is strong. You're coming out as somebody who had courage. Even in your darkest day, you knew that you would overcome. This person is really mad that they went into this part of your, it appears to be like a discarded consciousness, man. What did you do in your moments of rejection and abandonment? Somebody's like, how did you do that? You came into union with yourself, the bride and the groom. That's what I just heard. Masculine and feminine energy balance. And somebody's like, what did you do in the dark night of the soul? What did you do? What did you do? Well, I kept my peace. They're like, bullshit. Harmony and peace is the only way to overcome in the dark night of the soul. My left ear is ringing, so somebody could be screaming, somebody could be angry, somebody could be trying to curse your name, hex you. They could be talking to the sigil. Clarify this person. Yeah, I can't make this up. What's really pissing them off is, as deep as they dive into what appears to be the most painful moments of your life, however they got access to that spiritually, because that's spiritually invasive. But again, this is somebody that deems themselves to be a spiritual police, and maybe they are, but they're abusing their position. They're abusing leverage. They're abusing access to certain spiritual realms to tap into people and read their souls. This person is all the way wrong. You got a spiritual police that's going to jail. I feel like they're about to lose their job. Yeah, you about to lose your job. You disrespected the word. You about to lose your job because you were invasive and sneaking and snooping and spying for nothing. And you trying to charge us for nothing. Yeah, this person is off the chain. Somebody's like, how did you get through your dark night of the soul? And look at how you're coming out. You're coming out as a sigma, a beta, a alpha, a leader, assertive. Everything that you are is who you say you are. Yeah, I just heard you're a superstar. You are what you say you are, a superstar, but have no fear. Transformation is here. Somebody's really mad at your dark night of the soul because they can't find something to use against you. Who is this self-proclaimed illegal investigator? It's an impersonator. That's not really their spiritual position. I knew it. It's a trickster energy. It's a hater. It's somebody that plays mind games. It's somebody that creates games and forget the rules, or they set up rules and they want you to break the rules, but they end up breaking the rules and then they forget why they started the game. I don't think this stalker knows why they're stalking. The devil tried to double down and ended up double dutching themselves right into hell. You gave them a nice hefty dose of their own reflection and they're really pissed off about that. They're really pissed off about that. They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. This person's really angry, okay? They are a danger to themselves. They're facing their own demons. This is somebody that now has to spy into their own mind's eye. They have to spy into their own manipulation and trickery and sigils and things they set up for other people because they felt this energy of like authority over other people. Why do you want to have authority over other people? Why do you want to control other people? Because they really don't like people that ascend beyond a point that they can't see them. They don't like people that ascend 11:44 on the timer. Somebody came for a chosen one. Wrong person, wrong day, wrong assignment. They don't like the fact that people ascend beyond them. Somebody feels like, well, you got to get past me to get to this level. And so the universe is like, so shall it be. Okay. Somebody went into the dark night of your soul. They're like, what did you do? I know you did something. Did you do witchcraft? Did you work with a demon? What did you do? How did you get rid of these toxic, these attachments, these cords, these bad habits? And you're coming up as peace, harmony, stillness, collective. You prayed. You went within. You never saw yourself as rejected. You always saw that rejection was protection and redirection. Nah, that's true. You're optimistic. So this person hates the fact that you're coming out as clean as a bill of health. Man, I can't make this up. You got a group association out here that's watching you. What are these guys doing? Where they come from? Somebody's trying to entice you to get you involved in some type of coven. So you got a couple of people that could have done some type of spell work over you. Divine Collective is giving spiritual assassins, and now they're infatuated with you. It's so peculiar. They hate you. They love you. Now they really love you. Okay. And now these people are looking crazy. You got a workplace situation. Okay. Whatever you do for work, there's something going on there. You got people that might be leaving the job. They're trying to avoid whatever these towers are that's coming for them. I just heard the towers that are backfiring won't miss. Oh, somebody's really mad. They got to get out your energy. They can't find anything on you. You're even coming up in your shadow as the mother and father to your inner child, honey. This is beautiful energy. Yes, you're the mother, you're the father to your inner child. You cater to your inner child. You're in this alpha energy. You're a leader. You're exactly how you show up in the ethers and in the physical world. Clarify these people. Okay. There's a witch in a coven that feels like you're trying to entice their husband. This couldn't be further from the truth. Okay. This is stupid. Whoever this man is, he's about to break up with this witch, and this witch is going to blame it on you, Divine Collective. Okay. Keep that in mind. Divine Feminine, candle magic. She's burning candles day and night. Somebody doesn't like the fact that when you're outside, their man is outside. You scare this woman. She's intimidated by you. Okay. You could step outside real quick in a little moo she's still bothered. You could step outside with a little bonnet on your head, although I don't recommend stepping outside with bonnets on your head. You know what I'm saying? Unless you, I don't know. That's up to you. That's just not my thing. But creativity, idea, and imagination. So what we have here are people that seem to be spiritually intimidated, okay, by your presence. Whether you say something or you don't, you have people that are trying to evil eye you. I just heard their evil eye is falling down immediately. You also have a quagmire energy in the background that loves to set traps for people to watch them forfeit their crowns. This is the level where you get a very special crown. And this person, this quagmire energy, likes to trick people out of their ascensions, but for some reason, They just have not been successful with doing this for you. Now, I feel like this is the kind of person that has a reputation for delaying people. And I feel like the way they set their traps up by way of illusions, having people fight their own demons, I feel like that has been successful in the past for them. So they tried it. And when they did it to you, what they found was you were in your shadows holding and catering to your inner child. This person wants to project some type of nasty energy onto you because you healing yourself has made them look at the woundedness in their soul. Okay. Again, keep in mind, this is somebody that started stalking you. They came for you. You didn't call for them. Okay. But somehow they're mad because your healing is making them see themselves. And that's not something that they wanted to do. Is that what I was going to say? Yeah, no, they're saying no. That's not something that they were ready to do. But they were ready to make you face your demons, only to find that you were catering to your inner child in your demonic episodes of your dark night of the soul, and you were remaining peaceful and stable. Somebody's like, how the hell were you loving yourself about all of this? Okay. Well, if we told you how to do it, then you wouldn't make it through your dark night of the soul. So you have somebody that's pissed off that you thrusted them into the dark night of the soul when they were trying to put you in the dark night of the soul. Child, they dug into your dark night of the soul and found you in a Zen state of mind. You was just sitting there meditating. Nong run gang 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 gang. Nong run gang 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 yo. Nong run. Okay, you were minding your business, honey. You saw the divine coming in, giving you a love offer. Ooh. Show me this little quagmire guy or lady. Why are they so angry? Yeah, because they're getting a taste of their own medicine. So all that pain, all that hurt, all those evil eyes, projections, evil words, trying to show up as the worst version of you so that you would fall for the trap and basically trick yourself out of your own spot, trick or treat ass energy. This person's receiving a hefty, chunky dose of their own nasty projections. Abuse in the reverse, they don't like it so much. They're a little angry about that and they're blocked from your energy, okay? If this is somebody that was able to spy through divination using mirrors, sigils, candles, whatever. I just heard banshees. Oh, wow. Somebody had a lot going on. They can no longer do that. They have no access. They've been blocked. In fact, they are in their own setup by way of their own sigil, and they now have to face the abuse that they tried to render onto others. But with the quagmire energy, they do it in a way that it's almost like they do it in a way where they make it look like it's you going against you. But behind the scenes, they're pushing the buttons, they're pulling the strings. Yeah. Big brother energy. Clarify what's going on, illegal investigation. Yeah. In the background. Okay. Always a background singer, never in the forefront. I just heard you should have just stuck to the background singer position. It's some good background singers out there, y'all. They should have just stuck to the background. That's what Spirit just said. Oh no, they tried to send you an entity attachment. So this person, I heard banshee. Okay, so somebody went into an agreement with a dark spirit. This is where they messed up. Okay. It's one thing to test the spirit. It's one thing to know the kind of person that you're dealing with or not dealing with or whatever this is. You need to know that if you try to put a target on somebody's back, you have to know this person that you are targeting. One, do you have any right to be here? Two, did they do something to you? Three, oh, why is you here? Spying with the camera, binoculars, etc., whatever you're doing, online, offline, passing by in the neighborhood. What are you doing? What is your rhyme and your reason? What rights do you have to be here? Okay. And this person lost track of the narrative. Okay. Why were they watching the collective? Because they felt like your crown was something that you did not deserve. Yeah. Somebody was like, ain't nobody that nice. Nobody's heart's that pure. I'm going to watch you. I'm going to catch you, bitch. I'm going to find out what you're doing. And they found you doing nothing. So they went into your Akashic. They did a sigil. They opened up a forbidden door. They were told not to do it. They also added a little razzle dazzle. They wanted you to relive a situation where maybe you were dealing with some very funky energy. Okay. Maybe you had somebody that was like an entity attachment. That usually is a nasty energy that doesn't want to get out of your energy. Whatever the case, this person had no business digging into your personal information. Spiritually negligent and invasive. You're not a spiritual security guard, sir. We're going to need you to run back that badge. Oh, man. This person got fired on their day off. Damn. Turn in your badge. You can no longer roam the ethers spiritually, and you don't even have the gift of divination no more. You should have left people alone, whoever this person is. The message is being broadcasted north, south, east, and west. It has pinpoint accuracy. With good intentions, I am a mandated reporter of the divine, the most high God, and the charges against this person is spiritual negligence because they are emotionally debilitated from trying to emotionally debilitate people at the worst versions of their lives. Somebody did not have to relive a tumultuous situation, but somebody thought it would be fun to see you go through a timeline that you had already overcome something. So they get to stay there now. They get to deal with the abuse that you had to go through, and they also have to deal with their own demons. That's a double whammy. That's a twofer. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Keep me clear. Keep me clear. That's what I just heard. I'm just here to tell the message. In no way, shape, or form do I need to influence this reading. But somebody lied too many times, and all their lies are catching up with them. The false narrative energy, still in spiritual court, still on a fragmented timeline, lying, not taking accountability. This was supposed to be us. That's what I just heard. This is supposed to be us, flying monkeys energy. Somebody sold somebody a really good narrative, okay? But in truth and reality, y'all, this person's battling their own demons, trying to set you up in some type of shadow to battle your demons, okay? So they wanted all your fears to come out. That's what they wanted. They were going to do it by way of voodoo. Okay, so you did that. Now what? Somebody's feeling all the effects of their own voodoo, every pin, every mark. It's a karmic masculine. They don't want to admit the fact that they're a karmic masculine because that would be telling the truth. I don't know. False narrative. All right. Voodoo. Clarify. Now they're mad that all their demons are coming out in spiritual court. Yeah. Expectations. They expected for you to be crazy. They expected for you to be unalive. Somebody expected for you to take yourself out. They expected to be able to consume your emotions, your anger, your rage, and feed off of your adrenaline 9, something like that. Ethereal 9. You're an ethereal 9 being, divine feminine energy. You could be somebody that does divination, whether you're using the cards or not. Okay. You talk to the divine and something about your future. Okay. Show us this person, clarify. You had so much to say. Okay. They're mad because you're ascending to your highest level by way of your soul mating with your higher self. So whatever this dense energy is, okay, this quagmire energy, it was a bad time. Retrograde is coming through to assist, honey. It's a bad time, and our intuition is on point. So somebody started watching you, okay? They were initially enamored with you. They then become obsessed. It's a very popular story lately that I am so glad that it's going away because stalking is not cute. Okay, being spiritually obsessed and invasive is not cute. This person's obsessed with you. They don't know how to stop. Now they're in the dark night of their soul, and you're the main character. Commercial break. These are only recommendations. I don't recommend that you make anybody else the main character when you're in the dark night of the soul. Only see yourself. Hold yourself accountable, right or wrong, good or bad. Do that in the dark night of the soul. That's just a suggestion. That's a tip. At the end of the day, you got to decide what you want to do. But in somebody's dark night of the soul, they have given you all the power, honey, through obsession. This is why they can't put the voodoo doll down. Somebody gets up and plays with that doll all day, emotional pain, they project their pain into that doll. So this person doesn't like the fact that they're feeling the pain from the doll. They initially set this sigil up. They created this doll in the image of a chosen one because the goal was to feel your energy, chosen one, through the doll. And now they're feeling their own pain, facing their own demons. Dude, bless my soul. That was a good sneeze. Confirmation. Something has just broken. Whoa, what was that? Somebody just closed the door. Ah, man. This person really went too far. And even though we're like a fourth way through the reading, we still haven't established what was the initial reasoning behind them watching you. What drew you to the collective? Enamored, divination, divine feminine, third party. You just You were bored in life. You just said, okay, there's somebody, I'm going to test them. I'm going to set this up. I'm going to do magic. Like, it's not making sense. This is somebody that's just nosy. And now they've been stripped of their titles, stripped of whatever this is. The false narratives don't resonate. And that sneeze is confirmation that death magic returned to sender. So now this person has to transmute death in their own dark night of the soul, and you're the main character in their dark night of the soul. So they've given you the power. In their dark night of the soul, they said that you're a dark witch. This is what they're saying. Let's go into the deep, dark psyche of this person since they didn't know how to handle it for themselves. Yeah, this is a lust energy. I can't make it up. I just have to figure out how your gift works. This is why they started this. You're somebody with a very supernatural gift, okay? You have good insight. You know things. Yeah, you have a knowing about you, a divine gift. So what started it all? They saw somebody that had a very peculiar gift, one like no other, your intuition. And this is what led them to stalk you. And they eventually started to lust after who you were, what you have, and they wanted what you had. Yes, this person broke the rules. Big Jezebel, stanky ass energy. This could be a guy. Clarify lust and Jezebel. Yeah, this person is weird. It's a karmic feminine, karmic masculine, but I feel like it's one person that's just a karmic. Their feminine side is karmic, their masculine side is karmic. Lustful Jezebel. So they first started pleasuring themselves. Oh wow, let's get into it. Somebody started pleasuring themselves to you, to your energy, using a doll to try to siphon your energy through sex. When they realized that they couldn't draw you back or set you up in a quagmire energy to make you give up your sexual energy. That's what I just heard. So if you're somebody that's abstaining, okay, maybe you're not pleasuring yourself. This got this person mad. They needed you to come to a low vibration to pleasure yourself, to be in a sexual energy in order to draw that energy. And now that they're not able to, they can't feel your energy. Their time is up. So now they have to face all these decisions. And now they're literally obsessed with you. This person tried to watch you so much or watched you so much that you're renting space in their mind for free, honey. You are the main character in their dark night of the soul. You're the boogeyman. You're the god. You're the goddess. You're the healer. You're the killer. You're everything in the dark night of their soul. So if this person has made you the main character in the dark night of their soul, where they're supposed to be looking at themselves, then they've given you all their power. Okay. So do they have the ability to see themselves, or how deep is this person into this spiritual abuse? Yeah, look. And it's a liar out here. So this is a karmic masculine that's wearing a mask. Okay, they come up as a karmic feminine, karmic masculine. They're wearing a mask. They're not genuine. This is about their heart. Okay. Show me this person. Why did you start stalking the collective? Clarify the devil tried to double down. The devil tried to double down. They recently did some new magic. Somebody's like, aha, I got it. I'm going to go redo it this time. And I'm going to make sure that this person falls under the illusions of what it is that I'm creating. And voila, a rabbit comes out of the hat. That's the way they saw it. That's what she said. That's what I just heard. Now this person trying to figure out how they ended up in a she shed. You're too protected. You're too guarded. This person doesn't want to let you go to the next level. Okay. This is a self-proclaimed spiritual security guard. Whenever you see people like this that feel like it's their life, it's their life's mission to pursue other people to prove that they are wrong. I'm doing this for the collective. You're wrong. You did this, you did that. They have to be ready for that judgment to simultaneously backfire on them. And this is why, as readers, we always have to be mindful of the messages that we put out, because we know how we navigated through our dark nights of the soul, but we're not responsible for somebody else's dark night of the soul. How many times have people come by or seen you and they're like, you did this to me, but it's really an illusion. They need a bad guy. Somebody's got to be the bad guy. It's giving that kind of energy because somebody's too afraid to be themselves. So then people deflect, they project. So in this person's dark night of the soul, it's almost like you're making them happy, but you're also tormenting them because all they see is your face, collective. They should be seeing their own face. Do you see yourself? No, they were too focused on you. Clarify a legal investigation. Show me this person. That voodoo gonna backfire. I can't make it up. You got guilt, shame, and regret. So some type of depression spell, illusion, whatever this was, somebody wanted you to suffer. Okay. You're coming up as somebody that's not paying attention to the person in the background. You may just be moving about your life and you're not aware that this person is watching you so closely, or you could feel somebody in your energy and you're just doing your thing. Whatever it is, you're like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I recognize the illusions. So they want you to be afraid, okay? Because with intent to harm and illusionist and guilt and remorse, this is a wankster, honey. This is not a gangster. This is not somebody that's going to pull a firearm out or do anything. They love to present the illusion of like, yeah, be afraid of me. It's like, what? You are not my boogeyman. You're not in my story. Like, what are you doing? Clarify, Holy Spirit. That's what I just heard. Well, yeah, look, they're projecting fear. And they're trying to figure out why the hell you keep coming out like this. You are the light of my life. This person did us a ritual for you to be afraid, very afraid, to the point of being paralyzed. Okay. Your most trickiest, most painful moment, somebody wanted to recreate that. And then they wanted to add, in addition to that, just horror and fright. And now they're sitting in that energy. And what's really pissing them off is that they are absolutely watching and you keep coming out like this. The audacity. How dare you show up as your happiest version of yourself? What the hell's wrong with you, man? This guy's running from his stuff, okay? He literally could be running, trying to transmute. Maybe he's doing flips, somersaults, squats. I don't know. Somebody's really trying to run from that energy that they sent you. But the energy knows exactly where to go, and it's his cross to bear, okay? This is his dark night of the soul. Yeah, your spirit team showed up in spiritual court and was like, first of all, give us your badge. You're going to leave your post. Who hired you? Who hired you? Nobody hired this person to do this. Why are you out here? Are you just bored in life? Why are you stalking people like this? Because you just lusting after people. You are sexually frustrated. You sexually frustrated. I don't know. Anger? Maybe this person can't find nobody to have sex with. They've not mastered their sexual energy. So why did they do this? Because they're a lustful person. They're karmic feminine, karmic masculine energy. They're one person. Yeah, somebody likes to set people up to spiritually poison them. They're toxic. They're harmful. This person's about to go back into lack, okay? Spirit says this person has to go back to eating some humble pie. Whoever this person is, I feel like they got too big for themselves. Never let that ego like coerce you into getting big headed. I don't care how much money you make, how much little money you have. Do not get to a certain point where you let your ego and all this pride and all that drop you back down. I just heard to a number one. Somebody was at like a number 8 on their spiritual level, and they're mad because they saw that you were a 10. So they tried to jump up to stop your flow. And now they got to go back down to 1. Poverty and lack. Yeah, it's going to happen. And if this is what this energy is, this is what they tried to do to you. This is why they have to face this side of themselves. Somebody lost it all watching you, and nobody hired them to do this. It's just somebody that sees somebody, they lay eyes on somebody, and they do these lustful spells, and they don't like the fact that you see the true version of them. But you know what's so interesting here? Somebody's initial interest, or why they took interest in a divine one, was to expose your darkness. But every time they went to see you in your darkness, you were in this peace and harmony. So you literally like saved yourself in your dark night of the soul. Well, this then makes this person double down. This devil said, I'm going to double down on this shit. Now they're out here looking crazy, unhinged, and snapping out. They don't really know what to do with that energy. Yeah, it's like this energy of like, get off me. It's like that kind of energy, like, get out of here. Like, this is a bugaboo. Clarify this bugaboo ass energy, illegal investigation, and they're mad because you see them. This person masturbates. I'm about to call you out because I know who you are. I could see you in the ethers. I don't know your name, but I could see your face. And I feel like you're getting the message in the ethers. I feel like it's really going to mess you up when that projection is only your reflection. Somebody's like masturbating, projecting that onto you because they want you to masturbate too. And you keep coming up with creative ideas. You're like, nah, I don't want to masturbate. I'm just going to go create something. Yeah, that's a lot of sexual energy. That's a lot of energy. You don't want to just be releasing that into the atmosphere for this person. Yeah, look at you. You're on your spiritual rank. Somebody is really angry. Clarify why you giving us the evil eye. Yeah, this person is burning candles to bind your finances and your love life to make you feel inadequate. Give me current energy on this person. Yep, they're trying to add some type of toxic cords to you to keep you bound, to make you feel negative so you can't manifest. And it's literally backfiring on them. You might need to do a return to sender on this person. Yep. They really want to impersonate you. The scary part about this is that it's a karmic masculine whose karmic feminine side is not satisfied, who's projecting onto a divine feminine, and they want to be you. They want your knowledge. They want your spiritual rank. Yeah. It's a spiritual rapist, though. They're a part of some type of coven, but the coven ain't fooling with them no more. The group has been dismantled. Coven cults came up in the reverse because, yeah, that ass is in the reverse. Return to sender times 10. Now these people are doubting their spiritual abilities and what they're able to do. Self-doubt, envy, and insecurity. Tell us more. And the mind games have been exposed, honey. Ooh, that's a lot of nasty energy backfiring on people, especially people that don't know what to do. All that energy they projected out. Look at that, all that energy they projected out. Sexual energy, masturbation energy, snapping, projecting, mad, crying, screaming, fearful. They thought collective was gonna take on all of that. No, sir. Where they running to? Where these people going? Listen, needless to say, this is a very interesting reading for somebody. I don't feel like we're taking interest in this like that. Get us up out of here, Spirit, please, and thank you. Thank you, Retrograde, for showing us what's going on. This person is really working with a voodoo doll, real strong, okay? So please be mindful that this person is using very dark elements, okay? Whatever it is, it has them more frustrated than it could ever have the collective, okay? Just a heads up. Somebody hates the fact that you keep figuring them out, honey. Mr. Quagmire, who has sexual problems. Ugh, you masturbate in your sigils? Ew, Nine of Swords. Ew, you nasty. King of Wands. Could be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. You put jizz on top of the doll. Yeah, we're going to expose you. You didn't think we was going to expose you like that. And you working with a banshee, a nasty ass banshee. So the banshee is lustful. The banshee got you oversexed. So you stay home and masturbate all day. Child, you better go out and live your life. You just letting all that energy go out and you don't even have the divine feminine's energy, Page of Pentacles energy. This is a young person. They're coming up as very immature. Somebody that pretends to have spiritual rank. Clarify. Yeah, this person is crazy. Look, they got a sex addiction with the devil. Let's put that over there. I always have to cover up the body. Three of Pentacles is somebody trying to come in between your union. In the background, Seven of Wands. I can't make it up. It's a Leo here. So you got a Leo, Three of Pentacles. They're trying to come in between your union sexually. This is a man who struggles with their feminine and masculine energy that wants to be in between a couple, a divine feminine and a divine masculine sexually, though. Sexually. Clarify? Nine of Cups. Ooh, this person is nasty, honey. Clarify the Nine of Cups. What's in that Nine of Cups? What you got going on? The Fool in the reverse. What you got going on over there? All that shit backfired. All of it backfired. All of it, honey. The Fool in the reverse and the Magician. Ooh, it all backfired. Retrograde is whooping that ass, honey. I mean, whooping that ass is so bad that this is a hard backfire to watch. You ever looked over and seen somebody that made themselves your enemy? because you bear no ill will towards the universe. Therefore, nobody can really come for you. You clean. You like, I got good karma. I'm not trying to get in that. You ever watch somebody getting their ass beat that made themselves your enemy? You like, I told you not to make yourself my enemy. And then you feel bad for them. That's how I feel for this guy. I feel like this guy is getting his ass whooped, like by his demons, your demons, everybody's demons, the Ace of Pentacles. This is somebody that thought that you were going to be fighting them over your Ace of Pentacles. Make it make sense. What was the reasoning behind this? Who authorized this person to illegally investigate? I just heard myself. Oh man, you shouldn't have hired yourself. You got to fire yourself because you working for the devil. Clarify, you stand in the house all day masturbating. You nasty. You hunching. Two of Cups in the reverse. Somebody that's sexually frustrated. This person has inadequacies. Why are we airing out their dirty laundry? Because they opened up a door and a sigil on a chosen one. Once you try to tap into a chosen one's energy, you are giving them right and or dominion over your energy to read your energy, even if it's filthy. So while you were trying to expose somebody else, the universe is saying it's time for you to be exposed. That's the only way to make you feel it, so that after you come up out of this cycle, we hope you do, you won't suffer from an energy of hypocrisy. Lord have mercy. I'm just here to tell the message. I feel bad for this person. I feel bad for this person. Lord have mercy. Ace of Wands in the reverse with Two of Cups in the reverse. Somebody that does not have a partner. Okay. They're a loner. They don't like to be alone. They don't want to face themselves. They don't like themselves. They like watching people. They like being the voyeur. Okay. They like being in the background. They like watching couples. It's a masculine. They like watching couples. They like humiliating the man and humiliating the woman so that they both want them energetically. These are people that are not supposed to know that there's somebody watching them. This is illegal investigation, spiritual monitoring. Okay. The Ace of Wands is in the reverse. This person about to go through hell. Oh man, this person about to go through hell, honey. Clarify, they all out of ideas. They got to walk away from something. Clarify, they thought they were smart. They thought they were clever. Queen of Wands in the reverse. They like to shapeshift in between genders. This person could be bisexual. Okay. Two of Swords. Yeah, they go both ways. Okay. Five of Pentacles. Poverty is here because they were so focused on you that their stuff was falling apart. They were watching your money, your relationship, your life, your peace, your ascension, how you use your gift, trying to find out what your dark night of the soul is, trying to figure out your fears. How can I attack you? Studying you, watching you. They were watching you so closely that they forgot to look over at what was going on in their lane, what was going on in their own yard. Their grass is up to their elbows. Now it's up to their neck. Now they can't see the grass, the house. Somebody left their house unattended. Somebody left their life unattended, obsessed with your life. But somehow, them being obsessed with your life was supposed to benefit them at some point. And now it is becoming detrimental. It's becoming a deficit, if you will. Spirit says, what I'm saying is the truth here. Pray about that. Clarify. Queen of Cups, honey. You're coming up as somebody very loving, caring, kind, divine mother, mother's milk, overflowing. You were sent by the divine. Yeah, this person is out here tripping over their own ego. You are the high priestess, divine feminine energy, hermit energy. You're somebody that stays to yourself. You're somebody that's like, yeah, people say, oh, we outside. You're very selective when you outside because you protect your peace. Yeah, you're somebody that stays to yourself. You mind your business. This is really what's driving this person crazy, is that the more they watch you, they see that you really are the epitome of divine feminine energy. And so that makes them sexually frustrated. Yeah, and they know you got somebody that you're going to be with. The Four of Wands, this person's like watching your house. They want to be in your house. They want to be in your bed. They want to be in your face. It's like somebody's like in your face. Like if you don't back your ass up, like what the tower's in the reverse. Yeah, the tower said that'll teach them. The tower in the reverse. Clarify, the devil tried to double down. The devil tried to double down. The Lovers, I'm telling you, this person is a trip with no luggage for sure. Love interest. They want to know who's loving you. This person is obsessed with lovers. It's a loner. Somebody's a voyeur. They like to watch. They're a watcher. They like to watch people have sex. They like to insert themselves, imagine themselves in between a man and a woman. Yeah, this person is got fetishes, okay? What's the Ace of Wands in the reverse? Yeah, that's crazy. So the goal was to I feel like over time after watching you, they wanted to take your gifts. 10 of Pentacles. So they did some type of spell work to do so, and they ended up in the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Oh man, what is that? Ace of Wands in the reverse? They lost their connection to the divine. Clarify. They kept showing up in divine feminine energy as her masculine, but divine feminine, you rejected this person. If you felt some type of sexual energy and you didn't please yourself, it pissed this person off because they're like, oh, you're not going to do this. You're not going to give me your energy. Like, no, that's not your person. It's somebody that was coming in the illusion of your person. It's a third party in the background, a stranger, a weirdo. And truth be told, you don't even know this person. This could be somebody that saw you go to the mailbox. This could be somebody that saw you online. This could be somebody that, I mean, they just set their sights on you and they became obsessed with temperance in the reverse. I know he needs to quit using that penis like that, jacking off, because you're going to hurt yourself. Somebody has too much sex with themselves all day and they watch stuff online, okay? The world. What's this world energy online? Six of Cups. Too busy trying to open up doors and astral project over people. Two of Wands, trying to pull people back into the past to hurt them. Leave people alone. Page of Cups. Something about your childhood and something about them being immature. You got a King of Pentacles here. Clarify. I feel like this masculine is more prone to the masculine in a third party situation than he is the feminine. He wants to wear the feminine skin. He wants to be in her body, to be on the receptive end of a divine masculine and what it feels like for a feminine to receive a divine masculine. This person wants to be a woman. In fact, they want to be a very promiscuous woman, okay? But they are a masculine. And oftentimes when they masturbate towards the divine feminine, it's only to take her essence so he can be her. Child, this person got some twisted. Yeah, you need to go to counseling. Get your shit together. Knight of Pentacles. Somebody really needs to seek some type of help. I mean, whatever your fetish is, that's fine. But when you start to become this peeping Tom in the background and you trying to astral project and peek in people's lives and you're not supposed to be there, you look stupid. You look crazy. You will get yourself shot. You'll get shot down. It's a man down situation. Yeah, look. It's a peeping Tom. Page of Swords. They always watching. Clarify. They watching right now? You weird. Yeah, they're weird, honey. Projecting things onto your heart chakra. It's almost like a jealous lover in the background that nobody knows. Like, that's my man. And your man is like, I don't even know that dude. Who is that? Some random ass person that's watching lovers. Just watching lovers, like trying to compete with the divine feminine for their man. But then they still want to come to the divine feminine as a divine masculine to get her essence. Yeah, be mindful. If you having sexual energy and you know that somebody's projecting it onto you and you decide to please yourself, just know they get your energy. They want to put you in a sexual, lustful energy. Be mindful. That is your creativity. There's a book by Ava Muhammad that I read. Oh God, had to have been like 20 years ago. It was very instrumental in my life. I'm eternally grateful. But she mentions something in the book where it talks about how sexual addiction is really pent up creativity that has no way to calibrate itself, or it has no way to create a proper healthy outlet for itself, right? And so that's what I feel here. I feel like somebody just has sex on the brain, but they do it for energetic reasons. They do it to feel psychologically. The way they think is very peculiar. They compete with divine masculines. They really want a divine masculine, but they want masculines that are not gay. I don't get it. But whatever. Five of Wands, they're jealous. Three of Swords. So they're constantly doing breakup spells and sex magic and trying to separate divine feminine from her person. Even if you're not with this person, your lover, or with anybody yet, let's just say you're solo dolo in hermit, minding your business. They're trying to separate you from anybody. But it seems as though you set yourself aside and you have a very, I just heard disciplined lifestyle. Okay. Eight of Wands. What's this energy? Yeah, this person is sneaky. They're going to die in the astral realms. Okay. Five of Swords. Clarify. Yep. They're doing this right now. This is current energy. Five of Swords and Judgment. Clarify. Your angels are on it. Now they're running. Eight of Cups. Like, ooh, they saw me. Yeah, we see you. Hey, how you doing? We can see you. You saw my sigil. You saw my candles. You saw the doll. You saw me jacking off. Yeah, we saw you. We saw you. You watching everybody else. Are you surprised that we see you? Yeah, we see you. Clarify. Yeah, the Four of Cups. They missed an opportunity to spy on you this time. This person's going to die in the astral realms, y'all. That's what's going to get them so fragmented because they're watching you be in your Ace of Cups and they can't go near it. Clarify, Mr. wants to wear the skin of the divine feminine, working with that earth magic, okay? And so you wanted the divine feminine to be itchy, scratchy, ugly, bumpy, not appealing to the divine masculine. Oh, you actually did death magic? I joked around when I said you're going to die in the astral realm. So whoever this person is, they might really check out. Towers in the reverse. Clarify? Yeah. They were speaking death, wishing death on you, screaming it, in fact. Clarify? Yeah, they're still trying to make something happen. Seven of Swords. Damn, this is current energy. You still doing this? But they've been left in a barren place. This person's been eliminated in the astral realms. Clarify? They've been eliminated. The Star, you're somebody that's shining. You got a destiny. You got a purpose. Not a Wands and a Four of Swords. They do this through meditation. This is all mental and imagination and projection. Knight of Wands, what's that? Leo energy, Aries, Sagittarius, fire sign energy, Four of Swords. Yeah, they get into like a dream state and they go into this like imagination, and this is where it all happens, okay? But now you're the main character in their dark night of the soul, and they don't know what to do. Clarify, the devil tried to double down, because if you're the main character in their dark night of the soul, you got them stressed out in their mind's eye. Like, how you let me be the monster in your story? How you let me be the controller of your mind, and you were trying to remote view through my mind? Child, get your shit together. Somebody's stuck in the escapade, a cavern, if you will, the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Wands, and in their mind's eye, they see themselves as defeated. Somebody's in their own shadow, and they feel like you're taunting them in their dark night of the soul, but fact of the matter is, you're not even there, honey. Man, people need to be careful with their imagining faculties. The King of Cups, this person is lusting after a masculine that is attracted to women only. Okay. Peculiar, weird. Close this door, Holy Spirit. Please remove any nasty energy. Anybody attempting to astral project, well, I give my angels permission to take them out in the astral realms. That'll teach them. Do it for a really long time until they see themselves. Okay. This person can't stop. Tempers in a reverse. It's a banshee energy. They got a banshee around them. Whatever they conjured up and went into agreement with, there's a banshee there, okay? It's over. The banshee is tired. They're running. They're mad because you see them and you see them in their mind's eye, and you're the main character. How is that possible? Okay. The devil tried to double down and ended up double dutching that ass into hell. This does conclude this reading. Please close this door, Holy Spirit. Big shout out to Archangel Raphael, Gabriel for protecting me. Please and thank you. This is the message. If this resonated, give it a thumbs up. Hopefully you'll come back and see more readings here. I hope this was able to help somebody, provide truth and clarity on your spiritual journey. I'll see you soon. Peace be with you.